Welcome back, YouTube. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my number one reason as to why I'm buying and also holding Dogecoin to this very day. And the numbers are quite impressive. And I'm going to actually give you 6 reasons in here, but we're going to get to the numbers here in a moment. We're going to look here at the current chart. I'll do the year to date, and we'll see that Dogecoin is holding on roughly at around like that 17, 16 cents floor, which is completely normal based off of the chart here. This is actually, we're right where we need to be when it comes to consolidation, and we are holding on. Just a brief recap, if we do break below this due to fear in the market, inflation, additional sell-offs, we can expect historically a consolidation at around 12 cents, at around 12 cents. And if we break through that, then of course our next support line is going to be that 5-6 cents range down here. But that will obviously take a lot of downward pressure to make that happen. So we're not going to get into that in this video. So the biggest catalyst that I want to talk about is we're going to look at these moving averages for Dogecoin. And if we look here, we'll see that Dogecoin as of right now is below pretty much all 6 of its moving averages. Now you can take a moving average and make it any number you want. These are some of the more standard ones. So the 5-day moving average is 17.38 cents. The 20-day moving average, 19.44 cents. The 50-day moving average, 22.98, 100-day moving average, 24.12, 200-day moving average, 24.77, and year-to-date, 20.48. Dogecoin, as of right now, is below all of these points. So what does that mean? Typically, over the course of, I would like to take like a longer moving day average, typically like 72 to 100, but you can see that the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, they align with that 25 cents day moving average. If you're not familiar with my channel, I've made a couple of videos stating that 25 cents was the equilibrium for Dogecoin. That is where Dogecoin likes to rest. That is where during the consolidation, it's considered fair market value. That is where the institutions are not playing with it. Retail is not necessarily being aggressive with it. That is the equilibrium as far as where Dogecoin sits. Now, of course, negative catalyst, again, fear, inflation, things like that going with the economy, additional sell-off, hard sell-offs in the market can push it down lower, but the equilibrium is around 25 cents. But Dogecoin is 17.15 right now. So what does that mean? That means that from the typical moving day average of where it was most of the year to right now, it's about 32% lower. That's technically called an overshoot. So basically, you're capable of buying something that has been historically valued at around 25 cents during its resting period for around 16 to 17 cents right now. So you can consider this like a 32% off sale, like the blue light special at Kmart, or the little red tag, the off sale, the percentage off, Black Friday sale, whatever you want to call it. You can consider that based off of the numbers. And this is where you make that transition from gambler to investor, because you can look at the numbers here and have a factual statement as to why you're buying in right now. This isn't about hype or any of the catalysts. This is more so just looking at the numbers here so that you can see the opportunity here to pretty much take a great position and either average down or increase your position here, or if you're trading it or if you're long term. And speaking of trading, I received a lot of comments asking me why is Dogecoin back down to 16 cents? Elon tweeted that Tesla's accepting the merge. It did absolutely nothing. That is not true. An Elon tweet cannot change the cycle of a market. Elon cannot tweet and send Dogecoin on a solo bull run 7,000% when the rest of the market is selling off. All the money in Dogecoin, even when we're at 72 cents, was not retail money. That was institutional money as well. It would take a lot of money to get it back to that point. What I'm saying is, when you look at these markets, you have to understand, okay, who is playing the coin? Is it just retail? The answer is no. You have a lot of different retailers in there. Some are long-term, some are short-term. And when you start breaking below these moving averages, I would say sophisticated, but more experienced investors, they're going to look at numbers like this and say, oh my God, it's oversold. So if it's 17 cents now, 16 cents, 15 cents, the moving day average is around 25 cents. I can get in here and make 30+% easily when this rebounds. I'm not long-term. They can be like, I'm not long-term. I don't care about the coin. You can do whatever, but I'm going to make me a quick 30%. You put 10 grand in, you get, you make a quick 3 grand, easy money. So this is why you have those sell-offs when you have like a Dogecoin that gets some positive news and it goes from 15 cents to 20, 21 cents and you start selling off. The investors are going to say, oh, okay, we are close to that equilibrium price. I'm not, technically speaking, it's more so the inexperienced investors that are going to try and time the market or see if it does an overshoot. The experienced ones are going to say, okay, hey, look, we're around 20, 21 cents. We're close to that moving day average. This is good enough for me. I'm going to take my profits. I'm not going to be the last one out. And they take their profits, and especially if they're a whale, they send it back going the other direction, and they can buy back in and either wait for the next bull run or wait for the next catalyst to repeat the process. Remember, everyone is not long term. Some people could care less if Dogecoin ever gets to 30 cents again. As long as it's bouncing between 15 and 25, they'll make all their money right in that window. But again, that is why you have these different sell-offs at this point. Traders are going to take profits. And so when you see Dogecoin, whether it's at a 50 cents or we have like a rally from 30 to 50 cents and these numbers change here, you can come back and say that, okay, well, the moving day average is around 45 cents now. So if you see a sell-off at 40 cents, you know what's going on. It's not necessarily a reason to panic. People are going to take profits. You're getting close to that moving day average, and they had an ample amount of time to get those DCAs and to make those entries below. This is just TA looking at the charts. So where does that leave us now? Well, if you're looking at the charts and you say that we're 15, 16 cents right now, technically you have that's called like an overshoot. Now, the good thing about overshoots is if you look at it like a spring and you kind of compile the spring down, you push it down, the further down you push it from the point where it likes to rest, the more strength it's going to take. So if you have things like the economy is going bad, the inflation rate, sell-offs in the market, fears driving the market, you push it down, And if we break through that 16 cents, again, that's more force that's going to take it down. But just like a spring, the farther you push it down, the more violent it shoots back up. And we've seen this on a couple of occasions. We've seen Dogecoin come down to roughly where it is right now, and we will overshoot that 25 cents equilibrium and go back up to around 31 to 33 cents. So if we break that and go down to like a 12 cents or 6 cents, those two other lower support levels, you can expect a more violent upswing. Again, another analogy for a visual is kind of like a rubber band. If you stretch a rubber band out and you pull it to one side and you let go, it's not going to go back directly to the middle. It's going to overshoot it. So, if we go down to like a 12 or 6 cents, it wouldn't be out of the question for it to go into the 40s or the 50 cent range. And we have that overshoot because again, you have the retailing sectors are going to say, okay, obviously this is oversold. This is easy money. You have the investors that are going to say, this on short term, long term, they're going to say this is oversold. Institutions are going to take positions. This is obviously easy money. And then you have that overshoot on the next catalyst, on the next bull run. The most important thing for you to do is know your numbers and know how you're going to play the coin. But I think this is important for the community to know so that it's not panicking, because the amount of emails and statements that I got that saying that the coin's dead and Elon's tweet didn't do anything. And I'm like, so Elon's supposed to change the narrative of the market? Elon can, because it's easy to say that, okay, Elon is pumping Dogecoin. It's easy to say that when the entire market is in a bull run. But when the entire market is selling off and you have like a downtrend on the market, now you see the power of those tweets. It can affect it for a short term, but when those, unless there's overwhelming retail pressure, institutions buying into the coin, all of those are short-lived. You have to know these things. It's easy to blame Elon. This is why I don't get a lot of the things that the SEC is saying that, oh, he's manipulating the market. It's easy to say that in a bull run, but now we see the actual power of those tweets. So just so we're clear, we know that Elon cannot change the trajectory of the market with a tweet. At the end of the day, retail, if they sell off, it's going to affect it. And if people take profits, it's also going to affect it. And unfortunately, we know that most people prefer to buy in bull runs than they compared to like a bear run or bear cycle or the market being in a consolidation period. More people like to buy in a bull run because they need the hype and the news and the media telling them that it's a great buy before they buy in. But those of you that are watching my channel, we know our numbers. We're going to look at our moving day averages. We're going to get our equilibriums right, and we're going to buy in and make money. Pretty much making money when we buy, not necessarily when we sell. That is my number one reason for buying Dogecoin right now. Looking at these charts here, to me, that is obviously saying that it is oversold and that these are great entry points. If it comes down, yeah, that is a great entry time to make even more money. These numbers are obviously going to get greater, and you're able to bring your DCA down. And I think that everybody should do that. If you have an opportunity to increase your coin count and bring your DCA, if your DCA is above 25 cents right now, if you can, in my opinion, I think this is a great opportunity to bring it down, because this is how you give yourself a peace of mind on the next bull run. Most of my coins were purchased between 2 cents and 5 cents. So that's why if it goes from 72 cents to 30 cents, it doesn't faze me at all, because I was able to be strategic with my entry. So the next cycle, if it goes from 90 cents to 60 cents, you're not freaking out like, oh my God, what's going on? Because your DCA is going to be 15 cents. And that's what I wish for all of you, is to have strategic entry, so that you're, obviously the mentality as far as being experienced plays a part, but the actual DCA and being in the green on these downward trends or these sell-offs, it's not causing you to freak out every time the numbers fluctuate. So that's my number one reason for buying Dogecoin. If you like the video, please consider hitting the like button so that YouTube shares it with new people. That way we can grow not only in numbers, but also in knowledge as well. And also consider subscribing. I welcome you. You can always change your mind later, but if you'd like to hear more from me, consider subscribing and becoming a part of the channel. And also don't forget about BlockFi. If you open an account with them, you can receive up to $250 in some of your favorite coins, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. And also, just a quick note, yesterday we crossed 1.5 million views on the channel. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. Earlier this year, that would not have been possible. The channel has been growing like crazy, and I am really grateful and humbled that you guys are finding value in the research that I'm putting out. So this is to a remarkable 2021 and an even better 2022. I look forward to accomplishing all of our goals together, learning and making money together as well. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Until next time.